All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I appreciate your presence. Today, we're going to change your life. That's what we're going to do, right? We have 15 minutes to change your life. So let's do that. What do we want to change it to? You know? Ask yourself this. What do you want? What are you wanting? Why did you click on this video? You know, I don't know the name of it yet. So ask yourself, what are you wanting? My name's Dr. Cheryl Meyer. I'm a psychologist. I'm a lyrical psychologist. I use songs to help teach deep spiritual and psychological truths. Because I understand that songs take us to a higher realm and help us to go beyond our defenses. And, you know, we don't get all critical when we enter into a song or a poem. And I help people navigate through their spiritual awakening. And all of life is a spiritual awakening because we're meant to be awake. Wake up, you sleepers, you know. That's the verse. It says, and Christ will shine on you. And so I understand, and I welcome all religions. I always say that because I mean it. But I understand Christ as someone who always taught with highest consciousness and highest love and wanting to bring all people to that love, you know. Whatever other agendas people have taken on from him, it's just like understanding this man came here because he wanted us to know freedom. He wanted us to know real love. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. So just be present with yourself. Trust that in this moment, there's enough. There's enough. When we keep thinking it's around the corner, we're going to keep experiencing this angst, this neuroticism that it's around the corner. You know, the answers are around the corner. No, they're already. I was getting this vision this morning when I was doing my meditation, really early. Maybe when I was waking up before the meditation and then into the meditation, someone had told me, Cheryl, you know, just let go, and you'll be in this ocean of God. And trust that you're not going to drown. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm going to keep swimming and swimming and swimming, you know. And that's our nature. Our nature from, from our primal brain from childhood is to want to try to control things. And then we start criticizing everything and compare ourselves to other people and judge things. And we get in this fear. So I can share something I was learning last night. I was watching Empire Strikes Back, right? With one of my sons. And Luke was asking Yoda about the Force. And Yoda said, fear, anger, and aggression are of the dark side. And they're quick to come to you when you're in a fight with someone, right? They're quick to come to you. And he said, are they more powerful? And he's like, no, they're not more powerful. They're just more seductive. And they come to you quickly. You know, you can use them and, you know, feel like you triumphed in that fight. Now understand, because I'm writing a book right now for us on trauma. And I'm in the last part of it, right? Based on that one video I did, 12 Ways to Heal from Trauma. I just started writing a book from that for us because I've written and published 3 other books before this. So I thought, why not? Let's just give this to you guys, right? I mean, I'll sell it. This time I'll sell it because I got to make a living too, you know, but I'm sharing you guys the information right now free anyway. And so in that I was looking at, you know, when we have traumatic experiences, in our childhood, then we have fear mode a lot. We don't trust other people that we ought to trust. And we trust the people that we ought not to trust. You know, we let them in and open our hearts wide to them because we were taught to just, you know, keep taking abuse and keep giving people the benefit of the doubt. And there's something really beautiful in that. And there is something beautiful in like Jesus saying, you know, be like a child. You must be like a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. We must be like a child to have faith, to give, here's all these debts that this other person did towards me. And I give it up to divine love. And I just say, hey, you take care of that. I trust that you will come in my heart. And so one of the things that came with that, let me combine what Yoda taught and what I was learning. Because I keep meditating on this verse in Luke 8, maybe. It might be before that, but Jesus pulls the scroll out. So you can search, you know, in a search engine and just put when Jesus goes into the temple and pulls out the scroll and reads from Isaiah. He reads this passage and he says, for God has sent me, right? And I give this to all people of all religions, right? He has sent me to and anointed me to heal the brokenhearted. And what was coming to me as an experiencer of trauma, you know, and as someone who doesn't want to be stuck in that trauma and be a victim the rest of my life and be afraid of the wrong people and push them out and be like a bulldog. I'll fight you, you know. I don't want to go into... and so, okay, one more thing with Yoda, right? He says, you know, a Jedi Knight, you know, when you're learning how to be a Jedi, a proper Jedi, right? This is like a faithful soldier in Christ, you know. You can understand it this way. And we were just studying St. Alban today. And St. Alban was one of the first martyrs around London. And he wasn't even a Christian, they think, before. He was just hiding this priest. And then he let the priest go and he put on the priest's garb. And he said to the torturers, torture me instead of that priest, right? I'll take his torture. And it's like they were saying, the priest just now was saying, the father that was teaching this was just saying, like, he took on the nobility of the priest that he had been hiding. He wasn't even a Christian before, but he yielded himself to Christ, to understanding the holiness of the man that was just there, that had a whole group of people that he had been teaching. Do you know what I mean? It's like this man, St. Alban, one of the first martyrs, right, in England, in the 300s or 400s, like took on, by just doing this noble act of going, no, I don't want this man to die. I'm not going to give up his whereabouts. I'm going to take his place so that he can keep teaching the holiness that he knows. He could see the holiness in that man, that he wanted him to keep teaching all those people that he cared about, and that, you know, he was being persecuted for his life, you know, this man was. And it's like he became a Christian, you know, one who follows the noble acts of Christ and lives in that kind of love in that moment, because he didn't betray where he was, and he went even to his death after being tortured, right? That's what we know so much of him. But let's go back to Yoda. Yoda was saying, no, the true Jedi doesn't give in to the fear and the anger and the aggression. Don't let that dominate your life. That's egotism. You don't let that dominate your life. And he says, Luke said, but Yoda, and look, I'm taking notes, right, during Empire Strikes Back. I'm trying to do it so my kid doesn't see him, like, you know, because I don't want to interrupt the flow of just us being present with the movie either. But he started falling asleep, my kid did. So then that's when I took the notes, right? I rewound it back to that part. He said, how will I know? How will I discern between good and evil? He asked Yoda this, and Yoda said, you must be calm. When you're calm, you'll know. And so when we're in our fear, we're in our reactive brain, and we think we're just going to get scraps in this life. We're in lack, and we take shortcuts, and the shortcuts are fear and anger and aggression. Fear is a shortcut in itself. You know, I was reading this commentary from the 1100s from a guy named Blessed Theophylact, and he said, look how Christ is warning them when he gets back in the boat. Why did you have fear? You know, why did you have fear? It wasn't when he got back in the boat. I think it was when he woke up. They were in the storm and they said, look, we're perishing. There's a storm. And they woke him up, you know. And in the commentary, it says he calmed their fears first because he took care of their soul first. And then he calmed the storm outside, you know. And it's like showing us that cowardice is a danger in itself, not to give in to cowardice, not to keep being dominated. You know, if I just have this fear from, I almost said what happened, you know, from being abused in some kind in my past, right? And shut down and choose to shut down on purpose and never love anybody again. You know, I was just reading this quote from C.S. Lewis, and he was saying he thinks like the wild, passionate, wrong things people do, let's say, you know, are less evil in God's eyes than the person who's locked up their heart and not let anyone in. And I'm not saying go out and do that, because then you open doors and you create soul ties with people and connections with people, trauma bonding, and people that aren't going to stick with you, and you repeat your childhood of people abandoning you. You know, I already know that as well from my own experience and my own ways, right? I don't need to go into all of that. But understand, right? There's a verse that goes with this, so that you who call yourself Christians, who are like, why is she talking about Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back and Yoda and Luke and the Force, you know? Jesus said, and you can look it up, or else I'll list it. We'll see what happens. Or you list it, or remind me to list it, right? He said, the peace I give you, it's John, I think it's John 8. Peace I give you is not of this world. I have it in a short that I just made yesterday. It has Eckhart Tolle on it. That's when I combined Eckhart Tolle and Yoda and Jesus. So go watch that. It's a 1-minute short. I can't believe how God helps me to put it in these 1-minute selections or sections anyway. And so the verse is in there, but it says, the peace that I give you is not of this world. It's a different kind of peace. Not as the world gives, give I to you. And later on in Philippians, I think it says, you know, this is a peace that passes all understanding. It passes your mind's understanding. You have the capacity to tap into, this is a real kind of force, to tap into this love. That's why I was like, why do you want me to teach about St. Alban? I never talk about what I just, you know, I mean, not hardly ever, you know, because St. Alban tapped into the force of Christ. Christ conquered death on the cross, right? He faced death. And he says, do not worry. In Matthew 10, he says, don't worry about those people that can kill the body, for they cannot kill the soul, right? They don't have, you know, can be concerned, rather, have reverence for him who can cast your soul into heaven or hell, Gehenna or heaven, you know, which there's a big mystery in that, right? It's not being afraid, but it's teaching you, don't be afraid for the people. Like, so anyway, St. Alban entered into this power of Christ being triumphant on the cross and conquering death and resurrecting, right? You can tap into resurrection power. It says the Holy Spirit. Christ says, you know, someone greater, like it's better that I'm leaving right now, because I'll send you the Comforter, the Holy Spirit. And later on it says the Spirit that raised Christ from the dead. That's our deposit. That's our deposit guaranteeing what is to come. You have access to that power. Now, Jesus said in that verse, the peace that I give you is not of this world. It's past understanding. You know, later on it says that somewhere else. Anyway, and so it says, so therefore do not let your heart be troubled. Don't let your heart be troubled. And I've looked that up so many times in the Greek. It's like, don't let your heart be tossed around. It's played around with. All the devil can do is tempt you. And if you give in to that temptation, then you're giving your will over to the evil. Just like if I give in to my temptation to be angry and you know, be angry, do not sin. Don't let the anger take over. Don't be identified with the anger and let it take over. You are not your anger. You are a soul. Your soul in a body. You're not all these thoughts that are coming into your mind. Observe the thoughts. Be aware of them and notice that you are the observer of those thoughts. Make it a discipline. Learn this discipline. All my videos are teaching you about this discipline. It frees us from the narcissist as well. Do not let your heart be troubled. Don't let it be troubled. Not by being hard-hearted and shutting it all up, but by being love, by letting love keep coming through. You got to clean it and clean you. All right, join me over on YouTube if you're on any other platforms, because we're creating a community there, right? And I just encourage you to do that. But I'm wrapping this up because I want to be on time, and I wanted to leave even a minute to collect myself before I go up for my next class. Just know that I love you and I wish you love, and I don't want to be preaching any religion. I want to teach you love and truth. Oh, that's the song that was coming to me too, right? Because just before this, I was meditating, then I had guitar lessons, and I got here and learned this lesson about this saint, in a mass, and I got to participate in the body and blood of Christ. But it's like, when I feel alone, I reach for you and you bring me home. When I'm lost at sea, I hear your voice and it carries me. It's a song by Belinda Carlisle. It's called Heaven is a Place on Earth. I already sang it once, but I'm learning it better on the guitar. And it's just like, in John 10, it says, my sheep hear my voice. And you're not just a sheep, You're more than that. It says, be wise as a serpent, innocent as a dove. There's so much that I could tell you, and there's mysteries upon mysteries and mysteries in all these words that Jesus shares with us so lovingly and tenderly. There's so much tenderness. There's so much love that divine love wants to draw you into, and he's not tricking us. All right. I know about people tricking me, and so I've been very fearful for a long time. It's like, in that song, it says, but I won't be afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. Ooh, baby, do you know what's worth? We'll make heaven a place on earth. Heaven is where we came from. Earth is what Adam was made out of. It's called the earth. We'll make heaven a place on earth. We'll go back to this unity. We'll go back here, reconcile the vertical and the horizontal. We'll do that. Let's do that, all of us together. I wish you so much love. Thank you for being here.